Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Trekking Across the Universe on the NDB Media Network. Today is Happy New Year's! It is January 5th, 2025, and welcome, of course. I'm Roger. Michael, good evening. Happy New Year, young man. How are you?
Happy New Year. I'm doing good.
Great kickoff. Tyler, Happy New Year. How
Happy
are
New Year.
all of you doing?
We are all doing great. I know if you guys were watching the podcast last week, I was giving some news about baby potentially coming, and he did officially come. So we are now a family of 4.
Congratulations, young man. And of course, it happened this year, right after. Did you think it was going to happen around midnight?
We were hoping it would be as close to midnight as possible, but not before. And he came, basically right after. We literally walked into the doors of the hospital at midnight. So,
wow, that is cool. Well, once again, congratulations, and we're going to be able to talk about that. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, let us know who you are and where you hail from in the chat room. Share your comments, your questions, your ideas, innuendos, and all of those things regarding tonight. We are reviewing, and we're down to 3 episodes already. Oh boy. This is episode 6 of Star Wars Skeleton Crew. Zero Friends again. Once again, written by Myung-Jo Wesner. But today, or for that episode, was directed by Bryce Dallas Howard. You may remember her from some of the stuff that she did in Ahsoka, as well as The Mandalorian. Some impressive stuff as a director. Series is created by Christopher Ford and John Watts, based in Star Wars by Jorge Lucas. The score, I haven't given him credit, is Mick Giacchino. And of course, just very quickly, I don't think we've mentioned by name, Jude Law, Kyrina Crater, Robert Timothy Smith, Ravi Cavett Conyers, Ryan Kira Armstrong, Nick Frost, co-starring, at least for this episode, Kelly MacDonald. Woohoo! All right. I saw the episode about 3 hours for the first time, so it's very, very, very fresh. Tyler, I don't think I've gone to you first. Go for it.
Oh gosh, I think you went to me first last
I'm
week,
sorry. Oh, did I last time?
I'll do it again. I'll do it again. I loved this episode. This was definitely my favorite episode thus far. It kind of felt like it was the episode where 2 groups of 2 best friends finally became one group of 4 best friends. It re-centered back on the kids. And I thought there were just a lot of really fun Easter eggs throughout it. There was a really good balance between character development and just action and adventure. And I don't know, this was everything I was hoping that we would get out of this episode, and especially for like a New Year's, premiere on it. I think it was just perfect.
Which was great. I'm not sure if all of you caught it. Well, you probably did. But once the X-Wings arrive and they're in somewhat of a dogfight, the kids are looking up, and the canyon walls to their left, and one of the ships is making a curve around, obviously. I don't know if you guys caught it, but that was the sound of the snowspeeder.
I didn't catch that.
That was cool. Because I looked up and wait, where's the snowspeeder? But it was a nice homage to an atmospheric craft. It was cool. Mm-hmm. There are other ones, and I think we can talk about it in this episode, the next ones, all the Easter eggs. But there was a lot to go over. Goonies Part 2 in the very beginning. Come on. When the kids are sliding down, it was going good.
Speaking of that, I actually didn't think that was a Goonies reference. I think that was a reference to The Grinch. Do you remember in The Grinch movie, which was directed by Ron Howard?
Yes.
Bryce's dad. They slide down and land in the snow. And so that was actually what I thought it was. It was more of a reference to Bryce kind of paying homage to her dad. But it definitely still has that Goonies feel. But I thought Grinch with that one.
I did not get that one, but okay, that was and I agree. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yep. Michael, what were you thinking at the very beginning of the episode?
Well, I hated it. No, I'm kidding. I just want to give Tyler a shock.
That was good, dude. I think we both reacted.
No, I enjoyed it. I resaw it again about 3 hours ago, so that was. And what was interesting I was talking to somebody on the phone, and I go, I gotta go. I've got to look at the episode again because I can't remember one thing, but I saw 5 days ago. I had totally forgotten it, and then I started looking at it, and then I go, oh yeah, I just totally spaced it out. It's like that's why I look at it at least twice. But it was really good, and going down the tubes. I mean, that was funny, and it brought back to mind to me amusement park water slides.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
Obviously, a combination of the Grinch and a combination of our heroes falling into a garbage chute, or well, going down the garbage chute into a garbage dump, I guess.
Yeah.
And it was cool how those little robots, those little crab robots or whatever, little did they know the kids were being misdirected back home to mama. No friends. That was a big, ugly monster, I have to tell you. But it was good. You know, Tyler and Michael, I agree with you. It was not the two that you expected that separated. It was Wim and KB, and it was Neil and Fern. And they all, for lack of a better word, scored another level of friendship. And there was the hug when they all got together at the very end, which was
like
kind of cool.
They finally became the true skeleton crew in that moment, you know?
Yes. It was really neat how Fern had commandeered the ship and is holding on for dear life. But there's no anger. There's no nothing. She knows what she has to do. And that was cool. And it was reunite them. The betrayal that Fern felt, right or wrong, by KB. Oh, man. Wow. I really thought that KB was going to be the only one. But Neil went on that side, and yeah, it was good. But I did appreciate the adventure. It did subvert my expectations. I figured they were going to be on the planet for a little while, but I thought it was going to be more them dodging. Okay, man, they were dodging. I thought it was going to be almost like the pirates are there. They're going to be directly dodging the pirates in an Indiana Jones type adventure. And no, the kids were somewhere else. And, you guys got, I know it's an insult to the actor, but, it was Urkel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Urkel, the one that arrested him. And I know I shouldn't say that. That's probably rude of me, but I could not remember his name right now. But he caught him. And then we had a trial of him to get the Pirates Code. Yes, the Pirates Code came in once again. What'd you think, Michael?
Oh, what else? What also it reminded me of? A farcical trial. I mean, there was. It just was like, really? This is how it's going? But then again, maybe that's what a pirate trial is. I don't know.
It reminded me of Pirates of the Caribbean.
Okay.
The trial of Captain Jack Sparrow a little bit, where it's like, there's nothing you can say that's really going to get you out of this situation, man. Yeah. But you can try. Say something. That's fine.
You have a date with the airlock. You're a dead man. And then he kept staring at that one, the actress, and I don't, or the actor, I don't know who she is, but I've seen her in many parts in the past. So I do not recognize her, and she realized that he was giving her the hard look because of the pirate code, and she says, hey, there has to be an appeal. Like, all right, fine, whatever, but the words of a dead man aren't going to make a difference. So it was good. And then he did what he does best when he was captain. I loved how he insulted him. Hey, I offer you a dream like all the pirates have, opportunity. And what is that guy going to offer you? Scraps. I mean, he makes a decent first officer. I loved how he was, going after him for that. Just, what is he giving you? Nothing. You're all going to get scraps. I promise you the universe.
And all the money you want.
Greed, baby, greed. He had failed all of them.
Yeah.
And he had said that, but the whole concept of the dreams of avarice, to quote Leia and Han Solo in Star Wars. You're gonna have a reward beyond the dreams of avarice. So, it was kind of funny how he was all decked out coming out of the
Mhm.
caves, and he had all this jewelry and stuff. That was kind of funny. And they overwhelmed the
And they had
resort
all that
security.
jewelry, and they weren't even impressed with all of that.
Yeah.
No, you would
Not at
think they
all.
would be like, "Where'd you get that?" And then
Yeah,
go down in the hole, because there was an endless
where's
supply
my
of treasure down
portion?
there too.
There was nothing. It was just that was weird to me.
They wanted him.
They wanted
want
him.
that
They
dead.
didn't
And
care
that's
about
He was the treasure. Yeah, he was the
or
prize.
or at least the satisfaction of revenge for their failure in life. I want to give a quick shout out. Thank you, Sonia Robles. Appreciate the like. And Hope, thank you as well. And congratulations to your son competing in the event back home. Congratulations. Good stuff. And I don't have his name right now, Hope. If you want to list in the chat room, we'll give him a shout out. He finished second in a competition in the state. So if you have that information, Hope, gladly give him a shout out right here. So I did appreciate how that crab monster just picked the rock, flung it at him, and scored the hit, knocked him down. And then you had another version of the trash compactor, which was kind of neat.
Mhm.
And there it is, Tyler Ignatius. So congratulations to him. Hope, if you don't mind, would you post it and let us know what exactly it is that he won? But he finished second in a statewide competition, which was absolutely awesome.
That's huge.
So really cool. We'll gladly play it on air right now. I thought, okay. Oh, damn, I have my comments. Okay, I'll get to them in a moment. But we're not all alone down here, the small robot crabs. And then the kids were fighting. And they say, baby fight, stop the baby fight. I'm not going to have a baby fight with you. That was funny. And they're like, this is not a game. And KB goes with Wim, and they split up. Neo goes with Fern. I thought it was really kind of cool how that came to pass. So I agree with you, Tyler. It was good. It was great character progression.
I got a kick out of when I think it was Wim said, "Oh, these little robots are really smart. They can talk." They were just mimicking what they were saying.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was good.
But I think those crabs have
Fulfilling
been
your
seen
purpose.
elsewhere in Star Wars too, in some of the books. The trash crabs.
Oh, yes. Okay. Yeah, you're right. Hey, I want to give a shout out now. Thank you for the likes. Aisha Kerr across the pond. Thank you. And Mike Faber. Thank you for watching us. And folks, let's do a check-in. Let us know who you are and where you hail from. But we appreciate the love. Thank you. It helps the old guys. Not Tyler. That man's living the life. But Michael and I, we love those likes, please. It helps us out. So Tyler gets about 1,000 likes a day on what he does. So he saw it. I look at that face. Look at that smile. He's like, it's 2,000, idiot.
Mhm.
Something like that. Depends on what we're looking at. If we're looking at my TikTok live streams, it's a little bit more than that too. So
That
closer
is
to
cool.
like 100,000 ish.
Yeah, well, I'm sure you got 200,000 with the pictures of the new child.
Getting there.
Yeah, so
Getting there. He helps. I've been going live on TikTok and holding him right here, just shamelessly using my son for attention, and it's working. I'm not gonna
and
stop.
likes and follows. Yeah. Mhm.
Yep. That's what it's all
That's
about.
how the college account is created.
Facts.
That will
Facts.
lead to it, man. Can you tell my financial planner? Sorry, Tyler.
I love it. It's one of the reasons I like you so much.
I appreciate that, man. Look, I definitely don't take myself seriously. So it is cool. Now, they refer to him as the Mad Captain Silvo when he's there, and he's guilty. He's sentenced to death by airlock. They do the appeal, and then he begins, I'm hungry. I've been hungry since I can last remember. I've only had scraps. You guys, and I kind of mentioned this already. How long have you been hungry? How long have you been left behind fighting for crumbs? It scored. It did it. The first officer, I forget the guy's name, says, the words of a dead man are worthless. Says, we're all hungry. Imagine if there were a place that gave you everything. How about you, your farm? How about an ocean? Oh, that would sound good. Command of your own fleet. Command of your own ship, an entire fleet. And of course, they're saying, what is the trick? There's no trick. And he whips out the last Republic credit that he has. I know where they make them. I heard it from, I believe it was Raktak Pirate. I didn't get the exact name from the other episode. I could have looked it up, but I didn't.
Tak Renaud.
Thank you. He starts singing the pirate song.
Mm-hmm.
Says, and what are the last words? At Atten, he did plunder. That was enough. Actually, right after that, he says Brutus makes a very capable first mate. He makes a reward. Come with me. I'll give you the entire galaxy. Come with me and we will rule the galaxy as father and son. I'm sorry, I got caught up in it. I apologize.
Obviously.
You're good.
That Palpatine thing is getting to you too much.
Just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I did appreciate how, again, as Tyler mentioned, they were separate. They were doing their own thing. Fern, her attempt was always to get to the ship and rescue them. Because the minute they got to the ship, that was the first thing they did. And they, on the other hand, were also trying to get to the ship. Not to beat them there, but to get there so they could all get back together. And it happened. It was really cool. The crab throws a rock and Onyx Cinder crashes. That was amazing. They're back together. They all hug. And then Toy Story 3, when that thing was starting to go after the ship. That's the imagery I got from Toy Story 3. Because they were about to die. Because the thing was tearing into the ship. And you've seen Toy Story 3, right, Tyler?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, that was dude, talk about being mean to kids. I mean, that's the way you're going to go out. It was kind of that way. They're going to get crushed by this machine. It was good, but they said, we must save our ship. Don't touch the button.
And that was an interesting button, by the way.
But did you guys, it was instant teamwork. KB ran to engineering. Neil got ready to fly. Wim went up to defend the ship. It was all good. And I think KB, or who was it, hits something to activate it. That could have been Han Solo, The Empire Strikes Back on Hoth, or it could have been an homage to Armageddon. Remember? Russian, American, it doesn't matter. It works the same way. And he slams it and he activates it. It's like, could have been an Armageddon homage.
It kind of felt like a Star Trek moment to me. You know how Kirk would always
after that.
Yeah, he'd always be like, give me all you got, give me everything you've got, and then they'd like hit the engine, and the ship would magically do output more than it was possible. It kind of felt like that to me with KB.
Oh my God, Tyler! Right after that, when that was my quote, Armageddon when she hits it, and then we need more power. I can give you one last surge, and in my notes, Star Trek.
Yep.
So we were right there. And when Fern looked at pressing the button, she looked back at Neil. And did you see how Neil gave her permission?
Yeah, it was like, what would Wim do?
Yes. And first, Fern pushes the button, and I thought it was some sort of defense mechanism going off. And I'm like, I don't know if that's going to work. And then we saw exactly what happened. That was cool. What do you think, Michael or Tyler? No, go ahead, Tyler.
Go ahead, Tyler. Yeah.
I was going to say, I thought that was just a beautiful thing. Because like I was saying, how I thought the episode was really like two groups of best friends becoming one group of four best friends. And then you get at the very end, like a whole new ship, like a rebirth, and you have this kind of new thing at the end. I thought it was a really artistic approach to kind of putting their stamp on the episode of creating something new now.
And now they won't be recognized.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. They have a little bit of incognito mode going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's right. Because they may return to the planet and find the wreckage if they're looking for them.
Yeah.
Because where is the memory of the planet at Atten? Is it on the ship? Is it on a disc? Who has it? The robot has it.
Yeah, but
Smee
but didn't KB said she
KB.
got it?
and KB has it, so
And
they can go
KB.
home now. So that could be where the conflict is now.
Okay. Yeah.
Interesting.
Who gets to add Adam first?
Now
Yeah,
remember,
kind of a race against time thing.
we haven't seen the thing that was in the teaser, the trailer, where they send a message to the kids.
That's true.
We haven't seen that yet, so I don't know if that ruins it. But
Do you recall what did that message say?
I think it was something to the effect of "Be strong, we're looking for you." It was something like that.
Not a stay away, don't come back kind of thing.
Or you mean a voyage home? Star Trek 4, the voyage home.
Well, that's kind of what I'm
President
saying.
Earth
Like,
says, "No, guys, stay away."
let's say the pirates get there first, start to invade, start tearing the planet apart, and the parents are like, "Hey, don't come home."
Oh, okay. I'm actually going to the Skeleton Crew trailer right now. I obviously cannot play it on screen because, it's
We'll get Zach.
yeah, we will get dinged on it. I can play like 2 seconds. I'm not going to risk it. So,
Yeah, don't.
but I did want to share with everyone. This is the trailer I'm talking about. I'm going to put it in the chat room, and I'm also going to share it with my illustrious hosts on here. And I'm going to it right now to see what I hear. Oh, I just had the scene. We're not alone down here.
Mm.
Okay. I just want to. If you hear this, don't give up, no matter what.
Oh, that's
And
what
it's
he
like
said.
they're watching a
Okay.
hologram, yes. And I believe it was the supervisor or the secretary, whatever, the female one, the one, because she's not a supervisor, but she's like a cabinet minister or so, I don't know. But she's the one that is a lower level individual that was visiting with them on the first episode. She's the one. And I can at least show the image. Like I said, I'm not going to play it. Oh, there is no hologram of her. They're playing over right here her voice, but there is no image of her. I thought there was a hologram of it.
There was a hologram of the boy's father, I thought.
Okay,
I thought
But
that's what it was.
I think they're listening or they're watching the hologram. And look, he's there with them. So, but this is in the last episode, right, where they go into the pirate's office, right? This is where they walk in. But they did
Yeah.
the voiceover in this part right here. So,
That could be a red herring, though. I mean,
Yes.
it could be
Yeah,
in nothing.
could be.
yeah, definitely.
Although they did a great job in all of the trailers. I don't think they didn't give anything away in pretty much all of the trailer. I mean, it was in the first 3 episodes, besides a couple little cuts here or there, for the most part.
I agree with you, Tyler. Michael and I have talked about this for a long time now, that we saw it all come to an head for the movie Terminator Salvation, one of the worst previews of all time. They gave you the twist in the preview. It's like, what is the
Mhm.
point? That's not fan service. That's stupid service. What's
Yeah.
the point of giving it all away? Just because a little sect of kids make a lot of noise? It's ridiculous. This teaser or this trailer, I think it's more of a trailer. It really doesn't let you know what's going on. This is a well done trailer.
Made me more confused about what it was all about.
Oh,
Yeah, you
When
really
I
didn't
first,
get a
when I
chance
first
to what the
saw
show
it,
was
I
gonna
had
be about.
no idea what was going to happen.
You just knew it was a Star Wars something.
Yeah,
There was a
with
couple
kids.
kids and a robot and
Mhm.
maybe a Jedi, and that was about all anybody knew.
Mhm.
So I don't know. They've just done such a good job developing this show. Hey, thanks, Elizabeth. I appreciate you.
yes. And we did get a little bit of love from Elizabeth right now as well. Thank you. So we're up to 5 likes. Ooh, that means Michael and I are going to be fighting over that last one because we have 2 and 2 right now.
We
So-
have to give some to Tyler.
No, I'm not feeling
No, you
charitable.
guys-
I don't want to give
You
any
guys-
to Tyler.
you guys-
Yeah, thank you. I mean, if this man's getting 200,000, what is 5? It's not even statistically existent to him.
No,
200,000.
Yeah.
It's important.
It definitely
All
is.
important.
All kidding aside, it is good stuff. But folks, if you want to check out the trailer, you can check in our comment field both on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. You can see it right there. You can highlight it, or you can see it on screen. You can take a screenshot, type it in, and it's the Disney trailer that we're talking about. It was the last one as well. It was one of the better ones that I'd seen in a while too.
Yeah.
I always thought that the trailer was supposed to tease you, not give you the whole story.
Yeah. Get you into either the theater or watching the show or something.
My youngest, surprisingly, is not watching it yet, and I mentioned her today, and I was kind of like, "Mija, it's for adults, and it's also for kids. It's actually kind of cool."
I
She
almost
was
said
not
something, but
impressed.
I'm not going to say it.
Why? Say it, Michael.
No, it's about
Michael, peer
her.
pressure.
About her. Mm.
Directed at me?
No,
Come on, man.
Gmo.
Oh, there's a lot I could say about you.
I know. That's why I didn't want to say it on air. That's what I'm saying.
No, it's all right. It's all good. This was an episode that ran quickly as well. Again, I lost track of time.
I lost track twice. When I saw it the second time,
Oh,
it just. Well, I'm really fouling you up today, aren't I?
well, it's funny because like, how did you lose track? You stopped it.
He's getting
like,
old.
oh, didn't know. And then when you saw it end, it's like, oh, it ended again.
Yeah, it ended again. It's like, oh, okay. I thought I just started it. Okay. Mm.
It
I
had the
gotta
shortest
give-
runtime out of all 6 episodes, though, didn't it?
I think it did. This one, yes, it was short. But when they got the ship and they took off and the screen changed, I was like, yep, it ended. That was a perfect moment. These 30 to 40-minute episodes by Disney are really cool. I got to admit. They are on the short side, but the stories are they're tight. There's very little wasted stuff in them. And that's the one good of having shorter seasons, if that's what you want to call it. But I did
They
enjoy
don't
it.
have just like a 2-minute scene of like a Wookiee in a field of grass building a campfire. Not that
We
anyone
did not
knows.
review that series, folks.
I don't even. Is that a series? I had no idea. I'm just saying that they didn't raise.
Yeah,
They
it's
didn't
called
raise
the
any space.
Wookiee Campfire series.
It was within the last 3 to 4 months. We'll put it that way.
It was
It was
in
within
the
that.
Caravan of Courage. Let's just say that it was in the Caravan of Courage. That was before Disney got a hold of anything. So that was George's mistake.
Right. Yeah. Okay. You're right. Now, the other scene, which was really cool, was how Wim was overwhelmed with what was going on with KB. But even though he was overwhelmed, he didn't stop. He did everything he could to save her because he was concerned about her and didn't understand. And when she froze, I didn't, until she explained it. Dude,
No,
I've been away from home for a while. I'm having issues. And he did everything he could. He was frightened when he was pulling the stuff out of the back of her head. It was really cool, like a little kid would. But the affinity that he has for KB is obvious. And it was cool. And
Yeah, I love how KB called him a Jedi. At the very end, he's like, "You're my hero. You're a Jedi."
that's
And I think
right.
that was one of the coolest things for me because I think in that moment you could literally see Wim learning that like he didn't have to recreate all of the stories about Jedi and heroes that he had grown up fantasizing about. He learned he could create his own story. He could be a hero
one.
in his own
He could
way.
be one.
Yeah, and I think that was really, really a powerful moment.
It was a powerful moment right there. It was when they all got back together. And like the one I pointed out earlier, when they had to get away, how each one instantly took the role without being asked.
Yep.
That was cool. So you're right. They became the skeleton crew in this episode.
Yeah.
It almost like they didn't even have to say anything to each other. They just did it.
Yeah.
There was the one moment, I
Not
think
much.
the youngest one of them was, well, who's going to fly? And Fern turned.
Well, you know
You,
why
of
he
course.
said that. You do know why he said that, don't you? Say, Yeah, it's me. I just want to remind
Oh.
you, it's me.
Okay, all right. That's cool. That's fair. But it was good. Gonna see what's gonna happen on the pirate ship. He's now in command, I believe, or he's going. There's going to be a mutiny. He's going to eliminate whatever the guy's name was. I guess his name is Brutus. So
He might go out the airlock.
I don't know.
Maybe.
We'll see. But
So, I mean, can we theorize for a second?
by all means.
So like even if Jod can manage to put together a mutiny against Brutus, what do you guys think the next major conflict is going to be? Because we're still going to have the kids and the pirates, and so is Jod going to betray Brutus and take over the pirates, or are the pirates not going to fall for it and Jod's going to have to default back to being with the kids? Like, is Jod? I guess the question I'm asking is, do you think Jod is part of the skeleton crew?
That's a good question because I didn't think that far ahead. I think
we got what, 3 episodes left? We got to figure this out. Like,
okay, it will not. Okay, I'm gonna go on a limb and say that it will not be resolved this year. But he is a member of the skeleton crew because he was hired by them and he's going to fulfill the contract. Because when it came down to it, in its purest form, he did say, "Hey, I can still get you home, but I can get some, booty along the way, some pirate booty." So I believe that there's going to be a moment that they might save him. I will.
That is possible. That is possible.
Yes, they will save him because they will not recognize the ship.
The ship.
And they'll zoom in, beam him up. Oh, I'm sorry, wrong universe. Get him out, maybe use a tractor beam, lift them up, and fly away. I don't know.
No one.
But that will be resolved this episode. Sorry, Michael.
No one on that ship is going to recognize that.
Right. And that'll be the secret weapon as to how they can save him. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking. And I rarely ever do this, Tyler, and I appreciate that. There's no way that it's going to be resolved. So I believe there will not be a come to Jesus moment, for lack of a better word, for him. He is a good guy, but he just got tired of dealing with them. And he took control. He took control. Because remember, when Wim, was it Wim or Neil that had broken down and started crying? He's like, I don't want to, but then he still went in. I think he is a decent kid because he was not unlike them when everything went bad.
Sure.
So I don't know if that answers you completely, Tyler, but I believe there will be a epiphany for him. It might be at the episode 8, but they will not come together in episode 8. They will still be separate, and it will seem like he's after them. So maybe he's the one when the moment is, okay, we got him, fire, whatever, and he's like, nope, not going to happen. Something like that. And he will eventually be on the skeleton crew.
Or they're going to have some adventure beforehand, and they're both going to get to the planet at the same time.
I could see either them getting to the planet at the same time, or there's going to be something like it with their new ship. I wonder if there's like you have to have a captain's order in order to go into hyperspace or something so they can actually get home, which will cause them to have to rescue Jod because he's technically still the captain of the ship.
Isn't 33 with him though?
Yes, 33 is with him. Okay.
With the restraining bolt still on him.
Well, he probably has one now. That is a good idea. Now, remember, Atna is the only active planet. We don't know what the barrier is and the defensive system that it is.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
So who knows? Who knows?
But I got to imagine it's just got to be some sort of cloaking mechanism. I can't imagine it's that much of like an armored planet, you know.
Yeah.
At least I don't think so.
Or like in all the Star Trek stuff, you have to go on a certain path to get through it, or you get destroyed. Like
Hey,
clouds.
well, that happened in the Solo movie. You know,
Mhm.
you had to go through the whatever it was, the Kessel Run.
Kessel Run. Yep.
Yeah.
So who knows?
I appreciate this, Tyler. I never try to think it through to see what's going to happen because I'm just like, I'm bad
You're
at
so wrong.
See,
guessing.
and that's what I love to do, but I always hope that I'm wrong because, like I've been saying this whole time, if I can predict it, you didn't do a good job. And so far, every one of my theories has been wrong. So I've been thoroughly surprised and enjoyed every step of the way.
I'm sorry. Like I say, I haven't been giving it thought, but I have been surprised as well. That's why I'm watching this, and I'm looking so forward to doing this on every Sunday night. And I like where they're going, even though I don't know where they're going. I'm being pleasantly surprised. I don't think there's going to be a resolution. I don't think he's going to end up on the ship. And there's still going to be, it's going to be a cliffhanger. This is not going to be resolved. And it's going to lead into a second season because I'm going to take a look at the metrics now. I haven't taken a look at them. I'm going to sneak onto the ship. All right, Lethal Migraine. So you need to let us know what's going on. We need a radio on the ship. We need someone to communicate. Appreciate it, Lethal Migraine. It's Rotten Tomatoes, right?
Yeah, it's one
Rotten
place.
Tomatoes. Let me see it. And Skeleton Crew. Guys, it is holding at 91%.
Oh my goodness.
On the tomato meter and 80% on the popcorn meter.
Wow.
That's not bad at all.
Hell no. The audience is liking it. And that is cool. That is cool. What are some of the Easter eggs that you picked up on it, Tyler?
I mean, we mentioned a few, like some of the nods to the biggest Easter egg I honestly think was the Grinch thing, just given who directed it and who her dad was. There was the crabs, I think, were actually an Easter egg too, because they were seen in one of the Star Wars comic books, I want to say, in one of the Adventures of Luke, and I don't know, 10 years ago or something like that. That was a good one. I didn't see any like lore, like major lore things that connected to like the Old Republic or the High Republic eras, like I did in the previous episode where it was just plastered left and right with some of those super nerdy details. So I think in this episode it was more the Easter eggs were all nods to other projects that people who had been involved in those projects, and then in this episode we're all kind of a part of.
Well, there might have been an in-joke Easter egg when they were at the dump and they see another robot there and it's missing an eye, and a little rat came out of the eye there too. So I don't know if that was an internal joke that all robots in their universe have rats that come out of the one eye. I don't know. So I did get a kick out of that. It's like, these kids are traumatized, man. Next time they see a droid, they're just going to figure everything's going to come flying out of their left eye.
Be funny.
Michael?
I can't even think of anything that I saw that you haven't mentioned. I'd probably need to see it 3 or 4 times.
Or maybe not Easter eggs. Anything else about the episode?
Well, I pretty much said everything that I thought about. Like I hated it, things like that. So things like that.
So. Another thing that I did notice, and that I didn't comment on, is with the pirates in this episode, they catch our dear captain. The pirates storm the facility, and you can see the security in the background being carted off, whatever. Their helmets, similar to the diplomatic rebel ships. Remember how in the first movie they had those helmets? They're similar, aren't they? They look like it. Did you guys notice that?
I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I'll see if I can get an image of it later. But no, other than that, guys, I enjoyed this episode. I was pleasantly surprised. I heard some sounds from others. Like I said, I heard the snow speeder roar by. I'm going to go back and listen to that again. I'll get a timestamp. But you're in the universe. When the X-Wing showed up and the kids said, "Oh, they're the good guys." I don't know if they're the good guys. So the episode is entitled, "What? Oh my gosh, what is it?
Friends.
Zero Friends
Zero.
Again." So we'll see. Did you enjoy
Did
the
you guys
episode,
catch
Mike?
how Wim said he was always wrong about who the good guy is? Did you catch that line? I don't think we haven't talked about that yet.
No.
No,
I
he
missed
said
that,
that when the
yeah.
X-Wings came in.
Oh, okay.
And I thought that was he's finally getting that awareness that, like, you know, he was wrong about Jod, he was wrong about the pirates, he was wrong about the X-Wings, he was wrong about the crabs. Like, he's been wrong about everybody so far. And I thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah, and it's true. They've all turned on them. No one has
Yeah,
really been on their
that's
side except for Jod for a little while. So, and the robot, I guess, because she outsmarted the robot. I got to admit it. Fern did. So, huh.
And the robot did regret that he couldn't keep her as captain, because he did say that, you know, he was sorry that he couldn't, but Jod had gone through the thing of taking over captaincy, so she didn't have a choice.
Now, okay, yes, you're right. Did you want to comment on that, Taylor, before I forget my next thought?
No, go ahead.
When they brought Captain Jod aboard the ship, they were disarming him. When one of the guys pulled out the lightsaber, he made the gesture. He's like, "Oh, look what is right here." They knew what it was. They knew it was a lightsaber. So it was a little overly done, I thought, for some reason, and I didn't understand why. But the guy said, "Oh, look at what we have here." And it was obviously a lightsaber. So I don't know, was he a Jedi? He can do things that Jedis can do. He's a little more than Force sensitive. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Is he a
that
fallen
question-
Jedi?
I don't know. That's something I think about quite a bit. But I also thought it was interesting that just like you're right, the way the pirates treated the lightsaber is just kind of like, guys, I realize that not everyone can use this weapon, but it's still got to be like valuable. You know, like this still has to be important to you. This is probably worth more than most of your treasure that you have been looking for.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that laser sword can cut through anything, almost anything. And I do admit, guys, that when I saw the Phantom Menace the first time, in the first 10 minutes, and when Obi-Wan is covering for Qui-Gon, and Qui-Gon, I guess they brought down the shields, or they closed the second
The blast doors.
yeah. Then he starts cutting through with the lightsaber, and he's starting to manipulate that way. And I remember in the movie, it's like, man, you can't stop these guys. They were impressive. No. So the weapon still has value. So, but I didn't understand how that guy, the way he reacted. Was he saying, "Oh, I found his weapon," or "I found a Jedi weapon," or "Look, he has a Jedi weapon"? I didn't get it. So I wonder if there's going to be any significance to that. So, because the only genuine lightsabers were wielded by Jedis or Sith or fallen Jedi. Can you have a fallen Sith?
Yeah, they become Jedi.
That would just be a Jedi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and you're almost correct. Technically, the dark saber is also wielded by Mandalorians.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it was initially a Jedi's lightsaber. It was the first Mandalorian Jedi's lightsaber. and then was passed down as he took over the title of Mandalore.
Tyler, you have the con. Michael, you're the officer of the deck. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Sounds
And remember,
good.
we've only got about
Sorry,
8
I'm
more
gonna go get
minutes.
something right now. I know I'm gonna be a jerk. Forgive me.
Yeah.
Oh, he's
yeah,
gonna run. He's got a toy dark saber, and he's gonna go
Oh,
grab it, pull it out.
probably.
You know it.
You know, maybe I should just take him off the screen. You know, so when he comes back, he can't, you know, show off his lightsaber. You know, I think that would be cool. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
see
I
that?
called it.
You
I
did call it.
called it.
You called it.
I don't
You
know if you
call-
can hear it, man.
Oh, I heard it.
Is that one of those Target toys, or is that like an actual replica? Because it looks pretty good.
Sorry.
Oh. You say, is that one of the Target toys, or is that an actual replica?
It's one of the replica ones because
It
this
is.
hilt is very, very heavy.
That's what I was gonna say. It looks really good.
It is. I'm surprised. It's unfortunately a bit bent. We're gonna have to straighten it out, but it is really cool. My daughter, again, I'm not sure if I joked with you guys that she worked at GameStop, and it's like, Mika, do they even pay you a check? Because all the money goes right back to GameStop. And it is absolutely awesome. You see, I rarely ever use this. I don't know how to turn it off now. So
I
I'm
love
not
it.
the
I know
Mandalorian Jedi. How do
You
I
and I
turn
have
this
talked about this before, but Theory sabers, and they're hyper realistic sabers. They just came out not too long ago with a dark saber version,
Oh man.
and it looks awesome. It looks super good.
I watch his videos. I am a fan of him.
I'm a big fan of his as well. I'm not gonna lie. I love him to death. I've been watching him for years, like since before he was who he is.
The monster that he is now.
You know, well, he just seems like such a nice guy too. That's the craziest
he
part.
is.
Like, you're the biggest Star Wars YouTuber in the entire world, and you just seem like you're just a fan. That's all you are. Is you're just a fan, and I think that's one of the coolest things about him and all the things he's done. Anyway, this isn't a podcast about Star Wars Theory, although everyone who's listening should absolutely go follow this guy because he's great. And then Star Wars Theory, when you see this, that we're saying this, you should send us all lightsabers.
Oh yes, that's right. Yeah. Yeah.
Shameless plug. I want one. It's literally on my bucket list to have some of his sabers because they're so cool. But he just came out with a dark saber version, and it's wildly cool.
The thing about this dark saber, it's off, but yet this is still lit up right here. It's interesting because I know you can't tell.
Oh,
watch, I'm going to turn it on now. Okay, wait. There, see? So the dark saber's here, but this, for some reason, now this is off. It's kind of interesting. It's a nice little thing that it has. But yeah, this alone is heavy enough to cause harm. And it does stains, of course. It's neat. Like I said, my daughter overspent. She spent all of her check for 2 years on everything. I have so many lightsabers now; it's ridiculous.
Good for her.
I think, but they're over here in my office, so go figure. I'll have 2 more sabers over the next 2 weeks to show you, and I am going to finish. I'm going to show you my Mace Windu, my very first lightsaber, and then, of course, I haven't shown you my Palpatine one, right?
You did,
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. All right, well then I'll have another one. So
please do. I love them. They're so cool.
We are fortunate. There's a scene in Big Bang Theory where they talk about starting a sword collection. Remember that? Well, my daughter and I had that conversation. Hey, you know what? We should start a sword collection, and we have like 3 swords now. Oh,
I love it.
yeah, Tyler. Yeah, I love it too.
Oh, I know.
It's crazy. And I tell her she shouldn't spend that much, but she does. But yes. Oh, yeah. Yes. All right. Well, thank you, Mr. Chronometer Man.
That's right.
Yes. Yeah, it is already almost time. All right. Last thoughts as we should, because we do want to end before the time. Tyler, thoughts on the episode? I know it subverted your expectations again.
Yes, it did. I mean, just overall, great episode. I'm excited to see where the series goes and where this next episode is going to go here in a couple days. This is just, I'd give this one a solid 8 out of 10. It was great.
Michael?
Well, I'm gonna be, my normal self. I'm giving it a 9.
Oh, wow.
Mhm.
I appreciate the commentary by everyone. I do want to tell you, Tyler, that before I came to the same conclusion as yourself on it being the friends working through their issues and coming together. At first, I thought it was a KB story because of the stuff that was going on with her, how she kind of like
Sure.
stood up to Fern, and it was not. So it did that subverted my expectation because I wasn't thinking about the last week's episode. It was all of them. On this one, it was again, but how creative that they were basically split in half. And they were not split in the way that we thought they would. KB going with Fern and Neil going with Wim. So yeah, on that, when you mentioned that, I'm like, yeah, son of a gun. That got me too. And I did appreciate in my notes, man. I say they hug, and I forget exactly what. Oh yeah, they're back together and they all hug right after he says that was amazing. And then again, I appreciated the homage to Armageddon and Star Trek, where they instantly all knew what to do and they were out there to protect each other to survive. That was cool. The Skeleton Crew. This is the moment that they came together to survive together, to work together, to get home together. That was cool.
It was cool.
Yeah.
Um,
And here we go.
I'm going to go with an 8.5.
Episodes.
I'm going to go with an 8.5.
I
Yes.
see.
Yeah. I'm not going to give it a 10. It was a good episode, but it wasn't a 10. I'm going to go right between both of you. 8.5.
Okay.
So I'm going to split the eye of the needle. I'm going to split it. So it was good. All right. It was good, man. Appreciate it.
Good.
So are you going to have another, are you going to be on, do you have another event next week, Tyler, on Sunday? Or did you have one? Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. When are you going back on the road?
I did have one tonight.
Oh, you did.
Wow. I've got tomorrow off. Shows Tuesday and Wednesday, and then I have off Thursday through Sunday of next week.
Okay.
So,
in the last few minutes, I know you're a professional, and if you don't have to answer this, don't answer it.
Mm-hmm.
When we're all doing our jobs, even when we're doing this in the slightest way, every now and then we'll think of something else. In your wonderful performances, when you're doing what you're doing, do you get the errant Skeleton Crew thought? Probably not.
No, on Sundays, absolutely.
Oh my God, you do? Okay, that is cool.
I was singing today I was doing a show for like 3 hours today, and I was sitting there just like, it was a pretty slow day because I'm in Minnesota. There's a big Vikings. It was Vikings versus the Lions today, so there was big games.
That's
so it was
right. I think it's still going on.
It's probably still going on. So it was kind of slow at the venue I was playing at because the game was going on, so no one really cared that I was there. So I'm sitting there singing like, all my little songs, and I'm just like, man, I wonder what we're going to talk about on the Skeleton Crew podcast today. I'm really excited to go home and do the Skeleton Crew podcast. Do you think we're going to nerd out about the Skeleton Crew podcast? Oh my gosh, can't wait to go home and talk about the Skeleton Crew podcast. So excited.
That is cool. I got to tell you, I was too. I was thinking about it earlier. So,
We better cut.
Right.
Cut.
What?
Yeah.
We better
I'm
cut,
sorry.
I said. We better cut.
We're time out.
Yeah, we're going to cut right now.
3 minutes. Yeah, I'm just saying. Jamie's going to
5
go
minutes.
freaking out. No, because
Whatever.
we started a little bit late.
Yeah, I'm looking at the time, 7:55. We're good.
Yeah.
We're going to end it right now. That's the time we were going to end it. You beat me too when I says, well. So anyway, folks, it's great. It's fun. I thank everyone that's joined us in the chat room. Hope, Lethal, Elizabeth, all the likes from Elizabeth, Mike, Aisha, Hope, and Gridiron Girl. And of course, the glorious host of this program, Michael, Tyler. I'm Roger. We're having a blast. We'll see you guys next week. Same time, 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern. Watch out for that. Head on over to ndbmedia.net. And Tyler, I apologize. I don't know if we have your link still programmed. Would you give us either your website or your
Yeah, guys, go give me a like or a follow on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, all the things at Tyler Herwig Music.
All right, folks. May the force be with you, and we'll see you guys on the other side.